your God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Chapter 5, Resonance, the secret matchmaking force of the universe. So now we know that the universe is made up of a combination of frequencies forming energy into matter, situations, and events. We also know that it is the meaning that creates these frequencies. So, what is resonance, and what does it have to do with your God power? What does resonate mean? And how is it the matchmaker of the universe? You know what God power is and what it does, but now I'm going to explain to you how it works through resonance. Frequencies have an amazing quality. It's called resonance. Resonance happens when similar frequencies are in proximity to each other. If you had two equally tuned guitars in the same room, and you pluck the third string on one of them, like this, did you know that the third string on the other guitar would automatically start to vibrate? That's called resonance. Resonance elicits an automatic response from like frequencies. If there was a piano in the same room and it had a string that was the same frequency to the one that you were plucking on the guitar, it would also respond automatically by vibrating on the string of similar frequency. If you played a music CD on your stereo system that was of a person plucking the third string on a guitar, like this, the third string of a guitar in the same room would still vibrate because it is not responding to the first guitar, but instead to the frequency that it is generating. It would respond every time whether the frequency vibration is coming directly from the guitar, a stereo system, or something else. This quality of resonance is so amazing and powerful, and yet it is so easy to use. It will add greatly to your knowing of how the universe really works. Did you notice that I said it elicited the response and that the response came automatically? The other guitar did not decide to respond. It automatically responded. Also, the other guitar did not respond on its own. The response was elicited, called forth, beckoned, commanded, requested. The other guitar not only responded, it had to respond. It couldn't decide not to. It responded exactly when it should have and with exactly the appropriate quote-unquote tune, vibration, and frequency. The other guitar did not respond with a different offering or a different frequency or on a different string. It responded with exactly the perfect match to the frequency it heard. Furthermore, there was no effort on the other guitar's part to respond. In fact, no one plucked a string on the other guitar. It responded by itself, plucking itself, so to speak, effortlessly, automatically, and appropriately, as it will and does every single time. The same thing would happen if you plucked the first string on the first guitar. It would cause the first string on the other guitar to vibrate in automatic response. The same resonating effect would happen if you plucked the last string. it would automatically elicit the identical response from the other guitar. That is the quality of resonance. This is the fundamental basis of the universe. Also, when the other guitar begins to respond, it makes a sound and a vibration. Because of this, it catches your attention and stands out from everything else in the room. Interestingly, not only does it catch your attention, but you catch its attention as well. After all, you are causing it to vibrate and respond to you. What more do you need to get its attention? In a situation of resonance, each not only becomes aware of the other, but due to likeness, they each are attracted to each other. Thus, the law of attraction. The property of resonance not only works with guitar strings, but it will work with tuning forks, drums, and anything that makes a sound. If you struck the bottom of a kitchen pot or pan, the sound it made would be the exact frequency to resonate with it. The next video example uses tuning forks to demonstrate the principle of resonance. They come in different sizes and different frequencies. Tuning forks act just like a guitar. When one tuning fork is vibrating at a certain frequency and another one of the same frequency is nearby, it starts to vibrate also, automatically. To further understand this special quality of frequencies, check out this video example. This is a very good video, by the way. You should absolutely watch this one. When you watch this video, you will really understand what resonance is and how it works. Here it says, video example, tuning forks demonstrate resonance. What is this video about? In this video example, this gentleman has two tuning forks that are each mounted on a special chamber that makes the sound that they are emitting be able to be heard. The tuning forks are the silver-colored metal objects sticking up into the air from the tan-colored rectangular wooden sound chambers. A tuning fork is a cast metal device shaped like a very long U. They are formed to certain lengths that represent different frequencies when they are struck by a mallet. They are used as a reference to tune instruments because they are always the exact frequency. Guitars and pianos and the like get out of tune as their strings stretch over time. So tuning forks are used to tune them to the exact frequency they are supposed to be. Since the tuning fork never gets out of tune, it can be used for years and years without needing to be replaced. In this demonstration, he strikes one of the tuning forks that are mounted on the sound chambers. Immediately, you hear the sound that the tuning fork is making. However, that sound is not from just the tuning fork that was struck by the mallet, but instead from both of the tuning forks mounted on the sound chambers. The frequency caused by the first one causes the second one to start vibrating and create a sound also. It is most important to note that the second tuning fork, which is now vibrating and producing a sound of its own, was never touched in any way. It just automatically started vibrating as soon as it heard the other one vibrating. That is the quality of resonance. Once the second one starts vibrating and making a sound, which was immediately after the first one started, he picks up the first one by holding the forks. This stops them from vibrating and making any sound. However, you still hear the sound because the second one is still vibrating. He then demonstrates that it can go either way. So he strikes the second one first this time, and the same result is experienced, except that it is the first one that is now responding by resonance. Like the first time, he picks up the one he struck, the second one, and still the first one is still vibrating. As a final demonstration, he takes out two other tuning forks that are made to create two different frequencies. He strikes them and neither of the first two tuning forks responds. Even though they are not mounted on the sound chamber, they would still have responded if the frequencies were a match. This demonstrates that resonance only occurs when there are like frequencies involved, or devices that vibrate at like frequencies.
To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, Chapter number 5, Segment number 2. Let your quest for knowing continue.